There is time. So we'll start with our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Vanatu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena gratitam purana muina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim amba tvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita bhavatveshim. Let we be protected, let we be nourished. Let we strive with energy and vigor. Let our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa. The Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita. Consisting of 18 chapters, upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So let us also chant the name of Lord, say Sri Ramakrishna, that gives us inspiration and also impetus for the study. Jai Jai Rama Krishna, 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 Jai Jai Rama. So we are studying Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are in 9th chapter, very important chapter. As we have already discussed that from 7th onward, it is to show what is the nature of God. And before that, up to 6th chapter, the nature of Jiva. Jiva means the embodied self, like we are Jivas. So embodied self, what is the nature of embodied self? Now, Sri Krishna is explaining what is the reality that who is the Lord of all, Ishvara Swarupa, or what is the nature of. Nature means here not, it is Swarupa. What is its real nature? What is his identity? When we say identity, that means we limit, but he is not limited. We have seen in 7th chapter that Bhagavan said that I have two natures. One is Apara Prakriti and my Para Prakriti, Supreme Prakriti. This is very important. Prakriti, when we say Prakriti, nature. Nature means whatever is we see outside. That is in a high standard, can be said so, because whatever the witness in front of that, whatever we witness, so that is Prakriti. So anyway, to cut it short, let us revise that one. What is Para Prakriti and what is Apara Prakriti? Because Prakriti is very important here, what we are going to study today. Apara Prakriti means eightfold. Jiva Bhuta Mahavaho Yedam Dharyate Jagat. So whatever holds this whole world, that is Prakriti. That is my supreme Prakriti, Para Prakriti. Bhumi Apaha Analah Vayu. Whatever is solid, whatever is liquid, whatever is gaseous, whatever is energy in energy form, and whatever is the space in which everything is contained. Bhumi, Apaha, Analah, Vayu, Kham. Not only that, mind, Mana, intellect. And also intellect includes ego and also Chitta. Chit means it is the reflected consciousness on which all these are floating. So all these, even with Chitta, even Chitta is also my Apara Prakriti. Ahamkara iti yamme bhinna Prakriti Rashtava. So here the count is 8, but Chitta is also included in it. So this is Apara Prakriti. Then also he explained what is my Para Prakriti. Apareya Mitastanyam. These are my Apara Prakriti. Prakritim Vidhi Me Para. What is my Supreme Prakriti? That also you know. What is that? Who holds all this? So holder of this is Para Prakriti. Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. Who holds this? This is the lower Prakriti, that means that for eightfold. But different from it, know thou, O mighty armed, my higher Prakriti, the principle of self-consciousness, by which this universe is sustained. And then he explains also later that I have, beyond this, I have also another that is untouched. Because when we say Prakriti, that means it is still within that sphere. But beyond that is in 15th chapter, it is called Purushottama. So that's my highest, that is my real self. But this is my para and apara prakriti. Now let us take our examples. When we are working, engrossed in the world, we are as if identified with the whole system. So that we can say that is our apara prakriti. We identify with our objects. Say even body idea, we identify with our body. So this is our apara prakriti. But behind mind, I have witness. I am witness. That is para prakriti, who witnessed everything. But think there is, maybe it is beyond thinking, but let us conceive that beyond this apara prakriti, when I am engrossed, and also I am witnessing, I am cogitating. Beyond that, the whole thing is held by something. That is our real nature. So let us think like this way. Like we are in this world, this light is lighting us. In presence of light, everything happens. All the functions, like when sun dawns, then only all our activities start. So this is just because you have to meditate on it. This is not that simple. Apara prakriti, para prakriti, and my real nature, my supreme self. So this is what Bhagavan said in 7th chapter. Now let us go to our chapter where we are today, 9th chapter. So now few things are to be contemplated. Few things are to be contemplated. What are those? First, avyaktam. Avyaktam is which cannot be expressed, which cannot be explained. Avyaktam. Vyaktam is manifested. Avyaktam is unmanifested. Unmanifested. So this is one prakriti. This is para prakriti. Then, so second is so avyaktam is here. Let us touch a little more. Like we all the time deal with 5 senses. 5 senses. Like I can see something, I can hear something, I touch something, taste something, or smell something. All our activities are pertaining to these. Even this happens very subtly in our mind. And through intellect, we understand this is happening. It's not outside exercise. This happens, all these happens in our mind, in our intellect. But we presume that it is happening outside. So this is, but behind that, what is that? Can you explain yourself? You cannot. Okay, let me give another example. You dream, every day you dream. It is you who dreams. When dreams have gone, then this waking state, when that also goes away, when you are in deep sleep, can you explain what you are? You cannot. Abhyaktam, which cannot be expressed, which cannot be manifested. But we are witnessing all the time. Because after that, after deep sleep, we say, oh, Sukha Maham Aswapsam Nakinchit Avedisham. I slept so very well, so peacefully, that I did not know anything. So when we experience something, we can express that. So this is our experience. But what is that experience? We cannot say. Nakinchit Avedisham. I cannot express that. So that is Abhyakt. So this is Abhyakt means still this is, still we understand. But he is behind all these. That's his real nature. Abhyaktam. Now he is also Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam. He is all pervading. Now let us think also. All pervading. How it is possible, all pervading? Later Bhagavan also will say, Yathakasha Stito Nitya. Vayu Sarvatra Go Mahan. So Akash is, we can say, is Sarvagatam. All pervading. But still we can say, Akash is outside. It cannot touch my mind or intellect. So there should be something which is really Sarvagatam, all pervading. That is a real self, our consciousness. In our consciousness, everything is floating. So he is found. That consciousness. So Sarvagatam, all pervading. And he is beyond Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Beyond all the manifested worldly things, whatever we see, is beyond that. Why it is important? It is important because we have to know this, because it is our real nature. Until or unless we know, we don't discard anything. We don't discard personal God. Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Mother Kali as personal God. Swamiji also says, I can say I am Brahman, I am Brahman. But when I have stomachache, I say, oh Mother, save me. So personal God we don't deny. And then Swamiji also said that this whole universe is being created, preserved and destroyed. And that is Prakriti, is like woman. One identifies with women. That's why woman. That is why Sri Ramakrishna worshipped as Mother Kali. We don't deny it. But we must know what is behind that. And secondly, these two are not different. Personal God, or even that Paraprakriti, apparently she thinks that she is a woman. And the supreme reality. All these are not different. So this is, but if we are entangled here, then we cannot go there. That is why it is important to know. And that is why Sri Krishna is explaining. After that, after achieving that, then you can do whatever you like. Sri Ramakrishna would say, Advaita Gyan Achole Vedi. Achol means like, at the end of our cloth. So first you have to tie there. Then you can have fun. But that must be there first. Ramakrishna gave another example, like two monks. So one monk with his whatever luggage he had, maybe a little something. So he went to an inn, and put a lock and key, and then he was seeing the mirth, the glory of the city. Then another monk met him, said, "You are walking like this, you have no worries. Where is your luggage?" He said, "Oh, don't worry, I have put it in my place, and now I'm enjoying this scenario." So first one should get there. Then you enjoy with personal God or whatever way you like. With form, without form, with qualities, without qualities, whatever you like. But until or unless one knows this, it is difficult. Then why it is difficult? Then when our leg will pain, oh, I'm in trouble. When we see some war is going on in Ukraine, we are troubled. And this who should be president, we are troubled. All kinds of troubles will come. But if we have that insight, then all these varieties cannot touch us. That is why we need to know this. Now, I have already explained what was this Vyaktam, that which is unmanifested. Vyaktam. Then it is beyond all the sensual perception. See, until unless it should be beyond, it cannot encompass everything. Say, you create your dream, but you are beyond dream. That is why you create. And then you forget about it. So therefore, you must be beyond all sensual perception. Then it is all pervading. That also we have explained why. Then only it holds everything. So this is important. And then it is unattached. Unattached. Unattached is very important. And that's why Bhagavan will tell here. Unattached. Say like you drive on road. Road should be there, otherwise how can you drive? And there should be some friction also. You can only go forward. But there should not be attachment. Otherwise you will be stuck there. And if you are coming from woodlands, then you are stuck somewhere. So anyway, what is asangoyam? This is asango. So this is important. And secondly, it is the cause of the whole creation. You are the cause of your own dreams. Yato va imani bhutani jayanti, yena jatani jivanti, yat priyanta vishanti. So whole creation comes out of him. It is sustained in him. And also it is absorbed in him. That means, does it create? Yes, apparently he creates. But he does not create. This is the beauty of it. You create your own dream. Really? Really, yes. Really, no. Both are correct. You are unattached with your dream. When you're dreaming, you're not unattached. You are running, oh, there is a tiger, or maybe tomorrow there is an examination. And you're afraid of it. So you are the creator, but you are unattached. Because as soon as you come out of your dream, you are not attached with it. So asangoyam. And cause of all world. Yato va imani bhutani jayanti, yene jatani jivanti, yat priyanta vishya samvishanti. And another thing he said, that this creation, preservation and destruction is cyclic. It comes out of me and enters into me. Sri Ramakrishna gave simple examples. The water is plastic, and then it goes to air. Again, it is plastic. The snake moves. So movement also in the snake, but sometimes it is with its coils. So the whole creation is cyclic. That is why what happened, say when this creation started, say like, okay, there is Big Bang. Fine. What was behind that? So before that, it was a contraction. So how that happened? Because something, even after this, it will contract, and again it will be another Big Bang. So this is cyclic. Everything happens in cycle. Day and night, seasons, years. So everything is cyclic. It's not straight line. So here also he'll say that. So let us go back. So what quickly I'll read. First, by 3 shlokas, he said, this is very important. Be attentive. Because those who are ashraddhadhana, those who have no shraddha in these words, what happens to them? Aprapya mam nivartante mrittu samsara bhartam. They go in this, they come in this world and again die. So this is the cyclic birth and death and birth and death and birth and death and suffering, disease, old age, disease, old age. If you want to get rid of them, then please be attentive. So God is very, very, promoting. He promotes how nicely. Persons without Shraddha for this dharma return, O scorcher of foes, without attaining me, to the path of river fraught with death and the janma, mrittu, jara, vyadhi. Janma, birth, mrittu, death, jara, old age. Jara is also very suffering and also disease. Anyway, next 2 shlokas is very important. How he is asanga. Maya pratamidam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. Matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshavastita. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashyami yogam ishwaram. Bhuta bhrit nacha bhutastu. Mamatma bhut bhavana. So now I'll just read because we have completed, but still it is very important. How he is asanga. Very important. For this we say adhyarop and apavad. First we say something like there is a snake, there is water. So water, yes, is water. Okay, bring a beaker and put little water and bring a pencil, straight pencil. Dip in it looks straight, tilted. Lift it is straight. So adhyarapa means first one statement is given, that is negated. By that, we are to say something which cannot be expressed. We have to say something which cannot be expressed, but we have to convey something. How to do that? So this is the way how it is done. So first he said, all this world is pervaded by me in my unmanifested form. What we have already discussed, Abhyakta, and then all pervading, unmanifested form. All beings exist in me, but I do not dwell in me. It is like this. I'm the container, Akash, space. So in me, all being exist, but I am not in me. Now he totally denies, nor do beings exist in me. So first he said, all beings are in me. Maya tatavidam sarvam jagad abhyaktam. I am abhyakt. I am unmanifested. All beings are in me. But second shloka says, no, they are not in me. Is it all false? No. Say you dream. What are those dreams are? What those dreams are? In you. But really? Can you show me where are those dreams which you dreamt last night? You cannot take it out. This is my dream. They are in you, but they are not in you. So here, you are also asanga. Nor do beings exist in me in reality. Behold my divine yoga, bringing forth and supporting the beings. Myself does not dwell in them. You don't dwell in your dreams, though you create. How you create, that is the trick. Here also he creates everything, but is unattached. That is what is being said. Now he gives example. Yathakasha sthito nitya nityam vayuh sarvatra vo mahan tatha sarvani bhutani masthani iti upadhare. Now he gives a very simple example. What is that? As the mighty wind moving always everywhere rests ever in the akash. So today's science will say no, everywhere there is no vayu. Okay, not vayu, take us say celestial particles, or we can say cosmic particles or cosmic rays. Where they are? They are moving, bombarding all the time. So it is in the space. You cannot deny that. So yathakasha sthito nityam vayuh sarvatra gumaya. That time it was very simple. So for Arjuna that was fine. Today's science will say no, everywhere there is no vayu, no air. If you go to Mahakasha, that means outer space, there is no air there. That's why you have to carry your oxygen and hydrogen, whatever it is. The combination of all things. So, Vayu Sarvatrago Mahan, Tatha Sarvani Bhutani. Similarly, all the bhutas, all the beings. So, not only this, even the Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahamkar, everything. All these are in me. Matsthani iti upadhaya. First you conceive this. Know thou that even so do all beings rest in me. So this is an example. Not very complicated. Now he tells, now we'll go to the next. Sarva bhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam. Kalpakshay punastani kalpado visyama. What I said, cyclic. Now he is explaining that. At the end of a kalpa means a big time, say like Big Bang. So 17 billion years or 13 billion or whatever. So as Big Bang started, even time, space were initiated or started. Beyond that, we cannot say what was there. Even today also we cannot say. Even time was conceived as fundamental reality, but it is not. Even space was considered as fundamental reality, but it is not today. So anyway, so Sarva Bhutani Konte, so whatever it is, we cannot deny when we are awake, it is there. So if it is there, that means somebody has created. That is why we have to answer the question, who has created this? So Bhagavan is saying, Sarva Bhutani Pondeya Prakriti Miyanti Mamikam Kalpakshay Punastani Kalpado Visinchami. So in the beginning of a kalpa, big time span, I create. At the end of a kalpa, O son of Kunti, all beings go back to my Prakriti. At the beginning of another kalpa, I send them forth again. But he is not a karta. He is minded. Because when you attach with something, some work with someone, that means he has to be also a bhokta. Whatever you sow, so you will reap. That means whatever you do or whatever one does, one must suffer the consequences. Because every action has its equal and opposite reaction. And that's why, if you hate, it will eat up you right from there when you start hating. If you love, you'll expand right there. So whatever one does, that means if one absorbs everything, that he's a karta. No, he's not karta. He's unattached. Okay, concrete example. You dream, you create your own dream. And in the morning, you absorb your dream within yourself. You are destroying your dream. That means you have to suffer. No, because that, you are not even conscious about it. So next, he'll tell that. Prakritim swam avashtabhya vishrujami punah punah. Bhut gramam imam krishnam avasham prakritir vasha. Now Prakriti comes. So what he says that first let me translate. Animating my Prakriti, I project again and again this whole multitude of beings, helpless under the sway of Prakriti. So, Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya, having animated Prakriti. Prakritehi kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvasha ahamkareti ahamkaram ahamkara Vimudatma. Ahankara Vimudatma. Karta, something like that. Ahankara Vimudatma. Karta Hamiti Mandi. Prakritehi kriyamanani puri karmani sarvashah ahamkara vimuratma karta aham iti mani. Only those who are confused fools, they think that I am doing. So everything is done by Prakriti. What is this Prakriti? Again, that is apareya mitastanyam prakriti vidhime param. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. Yes. So, what is Apara Prakriti? Bhumi, Rapo, Analo, Vayu, Kham, Mana, Buddhi, Revacha. So, these are from me, and that creates. So, apparently, you can say I am creating, but I am not attached with it. Very, very subtle, very difficult to understand. But it's not that difficult. We can give examples. Like a musician, he comes with something and he says, okay, can you see what is this? A blank paper. No, no, no. Look intensely. And then he flips quickly. What is this? So it is, oh, it's full of letters. So that trick is very important. So the magician creates a magic, and that is very difficult to explain. That's why, what is sadasadhyam anirvachaniyam. This is called ajnana. Ajnana or prakriti or maya, whatever you say. So what is that? It cannot be said it is existing. Because this is not existing. Your dream is not existing. But you see it. And when you see it, you cannot deny it. When you see, I see something here now. Can I deny? No. That means it exists. When you see your dream, it exists. But next morning, it goes from you. That means it does not exist. So, sadasadhyam anirvachaniyam. It is neither sat nor asat, nor mixture of both. Because both cannot be together. Day and night cannot be together. Now it is half day, half night. You cannot say that. It is day now. So it cannot be mixed also. Then what is this? Anirvachaning, it cannot be said. I gave a simple example of magic, but some are very, very tricky. Like there is a Bhanumati. So they'll bring a rope. And then he will put and then start playing on Veena. Bean, not Veena. And then it will start like moving like this, like a snake, and it will go straight. And it is straight. And even today it's available in the net. You can see it. And then it is straight. And then a boy comes and that boy starts going up there. And then some sound comes that is there. That boy is struggling. And then first a hand will fall. Legs will fall. So after that, what will happen? That the magician goes there and he kills that person, and then he comes down, and then he gets that boy from a basket that was nearing there, and you can see this is available in the net. Yeah, so it is not that simple. So sadasadhyam anirvachaniyam bhavarupam yatkinchit. Something is there. What is that something? That is my presence. That is the presence of God. Because of your presence, your dream is possible. You cannot say, yes, I dreamt, but I was not there. Last night I dreamt a nice dream. Oh, very sweet. But I was not there. Can you say that? You cannot. So your presence is that something. So Prakriti. Prakritim swam avashthabhya visjami punah punah bhut gramam imam krishnam avasham prakriti pashat. So Prakriti again. By the control of Prakriti, and Bhagwan later will say that Mayadhyakshena Prakriti, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti, Suyate Sacharacharam, Heturana. So like, I am the presiding deity. In my presence, everything is happening. Say I'm posturing, gesturing, everything I am doing. How you are seeing it? Because of the light. If light was not there, I would not have said this, and you would not have seen this. So in presence of light, it happens. See, we are on the ground, and that ground is on the earth. The earth is in the universe. Just imagine. We are being held by the divine all the time. So Prakritim Swam Avashthabhya Visrijami Punah Punah Bhuta Gramam Imam Krishnam Avasham Prakriti Vasham. Animating my Prakriti, I project again and again this whole multitude of beings. So he creates like a magician. You create like your dream. God also creates. But he is not creator. He is creator again, he is not creator. Everything is in him, but he is away. If he is not detached, then he will be involved, he will deteriorate. That cannot happen. Whatever deteriorates will get destroyed. Asti, Jayati, Padhati, Viparinamati, Pakshati, Nashyati. So whatever comes into being, Asti, Jayati, it takes birth, Vadati, it grows, then it diminishes, it gets destroyed. So these are Sharavidha Vikara. So Vikara will come to God. That is impossible. Because then he will lose his godhood. Then what kind of God he is if he is getting old? Like an old man is sitting, and the touching, that people say God is no more there. He is now old, must have died by this time. That's why so many odd things are happening. If God is there, how can it is possible? But it's possible. How it is possible in your presence? You dream a nightmare. You don't like it, but it happens. Nachamam tani karmani nibaddanti dhananjaya. Udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmashu. So we go to the next. These acts do not bind me, sitting as one neutral, unattached to them. O Dhananjaya. Is it then God is indifferent? No. Go closer to him and you request the magician, please show me your trick, how you do it. You do wonderfully. But how do you do it? Okay, he'll say, okay, come with me. But you have to be with me. And gradually he'll show you the tricks. So you have to pray. As we pray, we go near him. And then, yes, for his devotee, he obliterates all his past actions. That's why to Arjuna, Bhagavan says that surrender to me wholeheartedly. Then I'll obliterate all your past actions. Why? Because as you go closer to truth, all the misinformation goes from you. As you go closer to light, all darkness will be vanished. As simple as that. He does not do any favor, but he kindles a desire within you to be closer to you. So that as we go closer to him, all the dualities, all the mistaken identities, all illusions will go away from us. That is why we must pray. We must pray. So then Bhagavan says, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. I'm only a presiding being. Everything happens here in the name of president. But president lives in White House, in Washington, D.C. Not here. But he is the presiding deity. In his name, everything happens. Similarly, here also, the presiding deity is here. In his presence, everything happens. So, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetu Nanena Konteya Jagat Viparivartata. So, by reason of my proximity, Prakriti produces all this. So he has a power, what we call it Maya, what we call as Prakriti. What is Prakriti again? It is he himself in different form, eightfold. So he is Prakriti and he is Purush. But that Prakriti is not affected. The Supreme Prakriti is not affected by this. So magician has magic. But again, when he's not doing any magic, he's like normal being as we are. So, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti, by reason of my proximity, Prakriti produces all this, the moving and the unmoving. The world wheels round and round, O son of Kunti, because of this. So Adhyakshana here is missing anyway. Here is the reason of proximity. Maya Adhyakshana, Adhyaksha, like presiding deity. All power comes from president. Say president, say like he also handles through many other people, various secretaries, we say ministers. So all in the name of president. So he imparts those powers to various forces. Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Chara means whatever is moving, and achara means whatever is not moving. Hetuna anena. Anena hetuna. Because of this, idam jagat viparivartate, and that's why it is evolving. So, all the time we think, oh, this corona disease have come and it will destroy you. No. Everything will not be destroyed. Now this, even World War First, World War Second, and now third, people are afraid of Third World War. No, don't worry, not to worry. There is some mechanism to balance it. So anyway, Jagat Viparivartate, it will roll on. Now, who is this? Now he is showing what he really is. And those who are less intelligent, they won't understand. So he says, Avajananti Mama Mudha Manushim Tanumasritam. Now all this, what he's saying, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam, is it that God incarnated as Sri Krishna? He is doing that. Not this body-mind complex. You see, we say, this is me. But as we go to sleep, we forget that this is me. Even mind also, we forget that this is me. In deep sleep, even we forget that we are dreamer, or we are waker, or waking person. We forget. That means my entity is far beyond this. Similarly, God's also. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanu asritam param bhavam jananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Because they do not know my supreme real self, unaware of my higher state as the great Lord of beings, whose disregard me dwelling in the human form. So in all beings, it is the same Lord, the same consciousness. So we have to experience this. In my consciousness, this whole world is revealing. It is not different from me. But when it's happening, okay, we understand it's Prakriti is doing. What is Prakriti? My real nature, but it is lower nature. We should not stuck there. After knowing my real nature, then we enjoy here also. But we must not fail to realize our own real self. Otherwise, we'll be caught up in this body-mind complex and we'll be fools. Mudha. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumasritam param bhavam ajananti. Without knowing my real self, my supreme real self, without knowing my real supreme self, what I'll think? I'll think that I am this body mind. But that's not my real self. Similarly, God is also saying that same thing. Avajananti mam mudha. Those who are fools, they think that I am this body mind. Manushim tanumasritam. I am holding this body mind. These are my outer covering. Param bhavam ajananti. Without knowing my real self. Mama bhuta maheshwaram, that I am that Lord of everything. At least I am the Lord of my dreams. So this is also my dream. Say a painter. All the paintings are his or her dream. A writer. All the stories that he writes. It is his reflection, his dreams, his creation. And suppose, we make various sketches and then we rub it. So it comes out from us and then it also is absorbed in us. So avjananti mam mudha manushim tanumasritam param bhavam jananta mama bhuta maheshwaram. Moghasha mogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasah rakshasim asurim chaiva prakriti mohinim sritaha. Now all these bad guys, ruffians, are they different? The ISI or ISIS, are they different? No. It is the same reality that's being reflected. See, if you ask a painter, black is bad. Please don't use black color. You paint a nice, beautiful painting, but please don't use black. Can she paint? No. You can say, okay, you can write a story, but you don't, this bad guys, you don't bring bad guys. You cannot produce a good story. In a movie, ask producers, all these villains, don't bring villains, but there should be only good characters. It's impossible. In this world, both are required. When there is creation, there is the requirement of creation that all good, bad, and indifferent, all kinds of things should be there. Does it mean that we should follow that? No. That is the indication that we should not follow that. Rather, we should inculcate what is good, what is better even, what is the best. Gradually, we are to migrate from bad to better, and from good to better, and better to best. From darkness to light. That's why we pray. Asato ma sadgamaya. Not to darkness, not to untruth. Ma means no. Asato ma sadgamaya. Let us go to truth. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Not to darkness, but to effulgence, to reality. Mrittur ma, not to death. We are to go to the real life. Lead us to that. So this is our prayer. That is why we need not follow this. Follow that, like, okay, everything is required, so why not? Should I be ruffian or be lame? No. That's not your will. But that gives us, okay, this is the, if a person steals, he goes to jail. Or if a person commits, say, murder, he goes to jail. Oh, that means I should not do this. So this is our warning for us. We are to be educated from that. And we are to gradually follow this. That is why we are. And that's why we should know this. That is the first step. Or this is the incentive, we can say. So thank you very much. It's time to pray. Any question? Yeah. Yes, please.
Two questions. The first one is a clarification. You talked in Sloka 7 about at the end of a kalpa, all beings go back to my Prakriti. And you described Prakriti as there's an inferior Prakriti that's composed of the 3 gunas. Okay? And is that inferior Prakriti that's composed of 3 gunas? Is that a para Prakriti? Is that?
Apara Prakriti, yes. Lower.
Okay, so that is what you were talking about.
Lower Prakriti, yes.
Okay, and the second question is, I don't know if you can answer.
See, like this, it is like simple. A painter. Now, if you ask it to paint, she requires some paints. And previously they invented paint, black like this, okay, charcoal, or something like something green. Then after creating them, they'll paint. So out of his or her will, or will is translated into action, and then it comes from him. But now after getting charcoal, did the painter charcoal? No. So apara prakriti, that's a lower. And the intellect by which it is being painted, that's also lower prakriti. But there is a witness. Okay, is it good or bad? Should I improve here? Yes. No? No, yes. So that witness prakriti is a para prakriti. But behind this, all this is contained by something. So that is my real nature. Yes, second question.
Second question is, when these truths are revealed, I mean, we study the scriptures, we read the scriptures, but where did they come from?
From you. Yeah, from you. Where this whole world comes from. Where your dreams come from.
The real you.
Yes, really.
Big.
Not this body-mind complex. Avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumasrita.
And how are they perceived by the small you, the small me?
That's why God is so compassionate. He has given a hint also. Like in our childhood, we used to play hide and seek, but there should be some clue. So clue is given. Even when you ask some questions, okay, give some clue. Then they give it clue. So God has given that clue by this scriptures. Actually, that clue is also within us. It is all the time there. But somehow we miss it. So He is so kind enough to wake us and tells us, you are not a lamb, you are a lion. So it is His clue. That's why we are studying this. And that desire to study also comes because of Him. Because of Him. Because of Him means our real self. Again, we should not miss that. Okay. We'll see our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. When you're weak, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all on your side. When times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lean out. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. When darkness comes, sail on, sail on down. Your time has come to fly. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. When we're friends, so behind, like a dream for the trouble. Your mind, like a dream. I will use your mind.